Let's say I make $60,000 a year, I could take that tax write-off for the next 4 years and pay no federal income tax. Does this make sense? So it's a big deal. That's a really big deal. It probably equates to, I'd say, about $100,000 in actual tax savings from the IRS. Please pay attention. I'm gonna lose some people on this. This is magic what you can do. We have an event that we do every year. Anybody know what event we do every year? Squat Up Summit is the #1 real estate event on the planet. We get David Goggins, we get Jordan Peterson,
Cody Sanchez,
Grant Cardone. These are all, we weren't friends with Jordan Peterson or David Goggins quite yet, but we were friends with all of the other speakers, and we throw these incredible events that cost like $7 million to put on. We love these events. You know what happens is like there's a disconnect from the local geography, and we don't get to create that energy like right in that one city. And so we go from big, massive productions, screens the size of like this entire event space, to this. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, I prefer this. Because we get to connect tonight. A couple of things we wanna do tonight, if you guys are up for it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of a learning lesson on a deal that was sent to me today from one of the sub 2 members in Arizona. I'd like to break it down. It's a co-living deal.
Okay.
And you are dominating the co-living space right now.
Yes, sir.
And you will continue to dominate the co-living space.
Thank you.
I'd love for you to break down what co-living is for a little while.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And we're just so happy to be here in Arkansas. I'm just kidding. I know it's Arkansas. I'm kidding. Jamil Damji,
Yes,
you want to
sir.
explain co-living, what you like about it, what you're doing different in
Yes, sir.
co-living?
Yes, sir.
And then I'll pitch the deal to you in like 20, 30 minutes when you're done.
Perfect.
Okay, so this address
Yes, sir.
is currently under contract from Gordon, our sub 2, one of our leaders in Arizona.
Okay.
The address, if you want to write it down.
Yes. This is actually right in my neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, I want to buy it now.
Yep.
I'm going to move in.
All right. How many bed?
The current floor plan, brother, is 6 bed, 3 baths.
What?
That's
Okay.
the current bed bath count.
Current bed bath count. Okay. And tell me about the note.
Okay, so the seller is going to let us take over their mortgage payment.
Okay.
By the way, can I suggest you rebrand co-living to Go Living
Yes.
for government living?
Oh.
Yeah,
Go
man,
Living.
Go Living.
$3,900. Okay, so that's payment, insurance, taxes, all of it.
So it would end up as a 9 bed, 3 bath.
Okay. I would say you probably want to add 2 bathrooms to that.
Okay.
Okay. So you know how much it costs to add a bathroom. It's about $10,000, right? To add a bathroom. You've got adequate square footage. You don't have to do it, but I like adding bathrooms because the nonprofits, they like a bed bath count that's about 2 to 1. So they want 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. So if we were gonna have 9 bedrooms here, they're gonna really want 5, at least 5, maybe you'll get away with 4 bathrooms in order for them to wanna give you a master lease on this property. So I would just budget for an extra 10K at minimum on the bathroom, okay?
Okay.
So what's entry fee?
Entry fee is $50K.
Okay. $50,000. What's the condition? Does it need any renovation?
It does need renovation for us to add the bathrooms and the 3 bedrooms.
Okay, and what do you think that's gonna run?
I would say another $50K.
Okay. All right, so we've got $100,000, and is this gonna take care of the wholesaler as well?
Yes, all inclusive. The sub 2 students making 20 grand out of the entry fee.
Perfect. So we have a $100,000 entry fee. That's gonna get us into the project. All right, now let's work out the math on this thing because I think the math is gonna tell you guys whether or not this makes sense. So we've got 9 bedrooms. Now, on average, especially because this is a good area, let's just be conservative. I think you can get up to $1,200 a room for this in Tempe, but I don't want to shoot for the stars here. I think let's just be conservative so that we use conservative math on our underwriting. So let's just say $1,000 a room, all right? So $1,000 a room, that's gonna be $9,000 a month Gross. Okay, now, one of the beautiful things about Arizona is we have one of the lowest insurance expenses in the entire country. We also have one of the lowest property taxes in the entire country. So you could self-manage or you could hire a property management. Let's just be super passive and say we're going to hire property management. So Pace, if you could, what's 20% of $9,000?
18 hundo.
Okay, so we're gonna take off $1,800 a month. And
I just want to take a moment.
Yes.
You run an entire 4,000 person event every year, and here you are sitting on a freaking wooden step.
I love this.
Bro, this is so cool.
How fun is this though, right?
You look so cute, bro.
Okay, so we've got $1,800 for property management, okay? And then we're gonna have the other expenses. Let's just say the other expenses, you're gonna have cable, utilities, because we gotta cover all the utilities and all that. Let's just call that another, what do you think, Pace? $1,000
I'd say
to cover
1,000 is more than enough.
1,000 should be more than enough to cover that. Okay, then let's just say we're gonna have the odd knucklehead cause a little bit of damage. So I wanna just make it another $500 a month in miscellaneous expenses. Does that feel fair? Does that feel like I'm being generous for like the kitty to make sure? Now we've got $3,300 in expenses. Okay. Now we've got the mortgage here of $3,900. So what's this? Who can do this math for me? $7,400. Okay. So our total expenses are going to be $7,400. Somebody subtract 9,000 from 7,400. That's $1,600. Okay, $1,600 a month net. Now, if you could, what's 1,600 times 12?
That would be more than my brain could.
19,200.
Are you a freaking mathematician, Tanya?
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
Now we have an entry fee of $100,000. We have net operating income of 19,200. You divide that by the $100,000, that's a 19.2% cash on cash return. I don't know about you guys, but is anything that you're investing in out there right now giving you a 19.2% cash on cash return? That's also giving you depreciation. That's also giving you appreciation. That's also giving you mortgage pay down. Is there anything out there that you can see that is like that? I don't even know.
Unless you're going like big stuff like RV parks, no.
Right? Only thing that's going to give you that kind of cash on cash is an RV park. That's really it. But then you're talking a whole different asset class. Right? So 19.2%. Now, I don't know. How many of you guys have a 401k or an IRA in here? Hands up. That means you got a W-2 job. I'm not asking you to give me the money. I just want to know how many of you guys have a 401k or an IRA. Okay? All right. The reality is most Americans that have a W-2 job have a 401k and IRA. And the reality is that they're typically performing at sub 6% as a return. The money managers who are taking care of your family and your friends' 401ks and IRAs they're pooping the bed. They're not doing a great job. If you were to present them an opportunity where they could take the capital from that underperforming investment and take it from 6% and say you take that 19% and you divide it by 2. Let's just say that you give them half of that and then you pocket the other half. And now guess what you've done? You've got into this deal for no money out of your own pocket and you're going to be able to take home $10,000 a month, $10,000 a year net from just this one house. You do this 10 times and you've got $100,000 a year income. Like this is crazy to me.
So if I buy this deal, let me break this down. This is kind of cool. So this property over, let's say in 5 years, I'm going to cash flow about $100,000. Mm-hmm. Okay. In 5 years on this property, the total purchase price, I wish I had it at the top. The total purchase price of this house is about $600,000. We didn't even talk about purchase price. Why?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter with creative finance, right? Creative finance is like, I don't care. What can I cash flow, right? This property will go up on average about 30 grand a year. Mm-hmm. So in 5 years, this property will go up 150K. That's on average. Could go down. We might have a soar. Who knows? But that's the average in Phoenix, Arizona. So I will make 150 grand in appreciation in 5 years. What other reasons do we buy real estate? Okay, tax benefits. So I've got a tax benefit. Let's do the math on this. If my purchase price is 600,
40% of that.
okay, I'm going to take 40% of this, which is about $250,000, will come off my active income. So if you make, let's say, $240,000 a year, you might be the richest person on the planet in Iowa, but I could take $240,000 off my W-2 income and not be taxed on it. I could even, let's say I make $60,000 a year, I could take that tax write-off for the next 4 years and pay no federal income tax. Does this make sense? Cool. So it's a big deal. That's a really big deal. It probably equates to I'd say about $100,000 in actual tax savings from the IRS. Does this sound like a good deal?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, so far you got $100K in cash flow, $150K in appreciation. That's $250,000. Another $100,000 in tax benefits. That's $350,000.
So check this out.
Yeah.
If I go to a lender
Yep.
and I go, hey, I'll give you 30% ownership of this property. Please pay attention. I'm going to lose some people on this. This is magic what you can do. I'll give you, if you give me the full $100,000 I need for this deal, I'll give you 30% ownership. I get 70%. But I will give you 100% of the tax write-off. You can allocate, even though I own 70% of the property, I can allocate 100% of the tax write-off. That person just got 30% of a house for free.
Wow.
So they put 100 grand up, saves them 100 grand on their taxes. They just got.
They got into the house for free, and you got into the house for free too.
We both got into the house for free, courtesy of the IRS.
Did you guys understand
Does
what
that
just
make
happened
sense?
there?
Yeah. Did I lose anybody? I hope I lost at least one person.
Who did we lose? If we lost you, hands up. Okay.
Anybody here make a bunch of money on a yearly basis? We're in a.
Derek makes money.
Okay, Derek makes a lot of money. His tax rate. What's your tax rate? 40%. Okay, cool. So do you think there's somebody in this room that's going to have to pay $100,000 in taxes this year in federal income tax?
Hope not.
Oh,
Derek,
yeah, there's a lot.
Do you pay 100 grand in taxes at least?
There's a bunch of, Arkansas is really humble. People in Arkansas are very humble, so you're not going to get people. In Phoenix, half the room would raise their hand and be like, dude, I'm making $600,000 as a wholesaler. If I'm making $600,000 a year as a wholesaler, what am I paying in taxes?
40% of that.
240 grand in federal income tax.
Not including state.
Not including state. Okay? So that person looking at the end of the year going, I'm going to have to write a check to the IRS for $240,000. By the way, guys, as entrepreneurs, do we pay our taxes up front like W-2 people do? It stacks up on top of us, and at the end of the year, we say, oh, crap. I got to figure out where I'm pulling this money. I brought in all this money. I went and reinvested in these 10 other things, and I don't have the money I'm supposed to pay the IRS. Welcome to being an entrepreneur. So if I went to that person that's going to write a check to the IRS for $240,000, they're going to write that check. That's real money. Yeah. We agree with this? Yeah. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. So if I went to them and I said, look, you're already going to write a check to the IRS for 100 grand plus 140. So 240, right? You're following me. Why don't you take 100 grand of that, buy this house with me? It will wipe out 100,000 off your tax bill. So now you only write the IRS a 140 check and 100 grand goes over here. Following me? And you get 30% of the house, 30% of the cash flow, 30% of the appreciation. Does that make sense? So
we're partners, right?
We're partners. Does that make sense? So how much money did it cost him and how much money did it cost me to get into that house? Zero for both of us. He was going to write the check to the IRS anyway. Instead, I said, hey, Uncle Sam says, I'll give you a coupon off your taxes, but you just got to go buy that property and own 30% with PACE. See how he was already going to spend the money anyway?
And not only did he get the property for free, but let's do the math on that. What's his 30% of the appreciation over time?
50 grand.
50 grand. And what's his 30% of the cash flow?
He's got another 30 grand, so 80 grand.
So he got paid 80 grand to save all of his money, save that 100 grand on taxes. That's how that worked. He's going to get paid 80 grand to do that. And then PACE is going to get the $70,000 that's left here in the cash flow plus he's going to get another $100,000 from here, and then his 30% of that, the other 30 grand there. So you make $250,000. You make $250,000. Homeboy makes 80,000. IRS gets stiffed. All right, the W-2 guys, they cover our bill. Thanks, W-2s. Appreciate you. But that's how it works.
So on the IRS thing, just so you guys know, the IRS wants to give us these tax breaks. Why?
We need housing.
They need housing. They're trying to incentivize us to solve affordable housing. So we are doing exactly what they asked us to do. They're giving us the reduction, which then gets us into the house for free. Make sense? We didn't have to go to a bank. That person was going to write that to the IRS. Instead of going to the IRS, goes into the property. We're both into the property with no money out of pocket. And we're both cash flowing, making a bunch of money. And
Wild.
we solve a problem.
And you solved a major problem in the community.
And I get to have a house right by you.
And you get to have a house right by me where everybody's dying in the house.
Amazing. Arkansas, you were amazing. It's 10 o'clock at night. We just wrapped up the meetup. Jamil crushed it. Multiple deals were being done. Those leads are fire.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh, so many kids were on calls again. Two nights back to back. If you didn't get a full co-living education tonight, I don't know what you got. And we are on our way to Nashville, Tennessee right now. 580 people have RSVP'd. It's gonna be crazy.
I think one of the things that I really loved about Arkansas is that it still has that real like hometown vibe. You know, Little Rock, actually I thought was gonna be a lot bigger of a meetup than Bentonville, honestly, because it's a major city, right? Bentonville surprised the heck out of me with how many people. We had 200 people in an air hangar there. But Little Rock was little, but it rocked.
Yeah.
And it was like super fun. The people were like salt of the earth folks. There's a lot of business happening over here.
Incredible evening today, guys. Thank you, Arkansas. We love you. We are super tired. We're gonna recharge all night long. We're gonna recharge until 3:30 in the morning until we drive to Nashville, Tennessee. Good thing Nathan is on the team because he's gonna be driving really early and I will be watching him drive. We'll see you guys in Nashville, Tennessee. CreativeNationTour.com. Register. We'll see you guys in your city. Later.